Hey, welcome to another edition of Beyond the Real. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about Fantastic Mr. Fox. So, Fantastic Mr. Fox was directed by Wes Anderson, and it is based on the story by Roald Dahl, and who's famous for some of his other stories, such as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the BFG, and I believe he also did Matilda. But yeah, that just gives you a little bit of background on what you can expect. And I just have to say that I absolutely love the film, and right from the beginning, I'm going to tell you that I highly recommend it, and there's just so much to enjoy from it. So as far as complaints, maybe some people might have issues with the pacing. Personally, I didn't, but that's something I could understand because I was watching it with someone else and they kind of fell asleep. But that could be subjective to them. But yeah, maybe the pacing and really the design of the human characters. But aside from that, I don't really think there's really anything else that I didn't enjoy. So as far as things that I really did enjoy, the first thing that comes to mind is the great cast. This film has a great cast, a wide range of characters, and it kind of focuses on them, pretty equally. Of course, Mr. Fox and his family are the main focus, but the other side characters, they each get their part to do, and it never feels like they're being overshadowed. And the cast is doing such a great job with the voices because there's so much in their performances that really moves you, and it's amazing that you could get so much from just a voice line. But hands down, my absolute favorite thing about this film is the way it was created, the uniqueness. This film has a lot of style because it was made in stop motion. It was made in a stop motion animation style, so they managed to do that with by creating puppets, by using miniatures, and using actual different scaled figures. And it's apparent whenever they're using each one, like of course for the close-ups, that would be puppet. For what we mostly see would just be the models, and of course there are scenes that are shot from a far distance that of course would then be the miniatures. And that sense of style is so unique because of course it's stop motion, but they really handcrafted everything, and a lot of effort, a lot of patience, and a lot of skill was put into the look of every scene, and there's just so many good ones. That goes into the cinematography as well. There's a lot of great looking shots, there's a lot of great looking scenes, and this is my personal favorite that I'm showing on the screen right now, that has Mr. and Mrs. Fox talking by the waterfall. And man, it is just so great because it's crazy to think that this was created using saran wrap, I believe, and it's not like an actual waterfall. Like, that is just crazy. And also the music is really fun. It just adds that extra little bit of depth to some of the scenes. And I'm not just talking about the musical score. There's some licensed songs as well that really help elevate the scenes. And also this film has a wide appeal to the audience because while it is an animated film, it's not one of those animated films that's, that has a more adult toned story like The Incredibles, for instance, and some of the Pixar movies where, they're mainly films that adults can enjoy, but they're kid friendly due to the jokes and the fact that they're animated, and the fact that the story is pretty simple, but some of the struggles that the characters go through is, stuff that adults can relate to more. I wouldn't necessarily put this film in that category because I feel like I said, this film can pretty much appeal to most people due to the humor. Of course, the adults are going to relate more to what Mr. Fox is going through, but I also like that it wasn't a real cliche because, you know, for the most part, Mr. Fox is trying to relive his glory days, and that's what puts him into problems. And you know, of course, that's stuff that most like films would, you know, follow. But I really like how this film handled that plot point, and I like how that spirals off into other plot points as well. And I really enjoy the story that is told here. It's a lot of fun, and I also like how each individual character, you know, affects that plot and the role that they play in this overarching story. The character designs were also just brilliant, and like I stated earlier, a lot of care was obviously put into producing this movie, which I can really appreciate. I was watching some of the behind the scenes stuff and just the way that they created these models and how they recorded the dialogue.
Died at 7.5. I don't want to live in a hole anymore. I'm going to do something about it.
And some of the animation tests were just a joy to watch, and that's another thing that you should definitely check out once you watch the film. But yeah, that was a fantastic Mr. Fox. Highly recommend. You could watch it by yourself. You could watch it with friends, family, because it has such a wide range of appeal. And yeah, I would definitely recommend watching it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend watching it due to its uniqueness, its creativity, the passion that was obviously put into the making of it. It has a great cast, has a great sense of humor. It's gorgeous to look at, and yeah, I just really hope you enjoy it. And yeah, that's this week's episode of Beyond the Reel. My name is Alex, and I'll talk to you soon.